Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to It's Something to Do with Pete and Will. We promise it's something to do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to It's Something to Do with Pete and Will. We promise it's something to do.
Fuck Bill Cosby. Fuck that motherfucker. I don't even believe in hell.
That's first thing on my list.
Just so that he can fucking burn there.
That is the first thing on my list. That's hilarious that you said that.
Fuck Bill Cosby.
How did that happen?
I can't believe this shit. So I gather from just the one story that I read is that he had an agreement, or his attorney had an agreement with a DA in another county not to prosecute him on criminal charges if he agreed to testify in a civil case. And I guess it's the testifying in the civil case that led to his criminal charges.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly. So basically he's been in jail for 2-ish years, 3 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden somebody on his team was like, hey, didn't we have a handshake deal with another attorney not to fucking wind up in jail? And then that is what got him out.
Yeah, but allegedly, this is all alleged.
No, he was found guilty.
But he's like 60
he was
people.
Found guilty in a court of law. He is
that aspect of it, yes.
Oh no,
but I mean, there's like 60 people that
that's
are
what's being reported as like this is what got him out of jail. So you don't have to say alleged.
Oh, that aspect of it for sure. But 60 people have said this is what he did. This was the way that he lived his life, and these are the things that he did. And then after he got in trouble, a lot of the comedians said that he would call and say, hey, you don't have to be blue in your comedy. So he would call other comedians and say, just be a normal guy. Don't swear, don't do these and all those kind of things. And then he's at the Playboy Mansion with us.
He wrote a book
slipping people Mickeys,
being about fatherhood or being a husband or something like that. So all that's bullshit. His whole thing was fucking bullshit.
Well, our producer Antoine, he came over last night, and he and I talked about that a little bit, and his take on it. This isn't on any of our stuff, but his take on it was, well, you never know what people are thinking. I said, listen, if you've got that many people saying that you've done something, even if it's 10%, it's not good.
Oh, no. And if your kid, your daughter, my daughter, or any of our female friends came to us, or family members, or whomever, anybody we casually know came to us and was like, this happened to me, our reaction would be, you got raped.
Or we're going to do everything in our power to figure out what happened here.
Yeah. If somebody if somebody told me like what these women told, the court, if they told, if any of the reporting came when their stories were being told, anybody who said that, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is not on the level. Right. You were taken advantage of.
So even if a couple of them had decided that they were going to jump on the grenade or chopping block or something like that, or they were trying to get money or something like that, that it's not the foundation of it is from facts that they believe to be true. And if other people jump in and they decide that they're going to try to get money or something like that, that's one thing. And I'm not saying that that's the case, and I don't believe that to be the case. However, if you and I are not going to be in a situation where 60 women come up to us and say that we've been inappropriate.
Sort of my whole take on the anti-Me Too movement which was like women need to be believed. And people and guys would say like, well, so then you could just like anybody could just say anything and take them down. You'd be like, well, not really in reality, because if, one woman says something about you, that's one story. I mean, it might be horrible, and in which case it might be true. But in a lot of the cases of the Me Too movement, when it was like multiple women coming forward about a single dude, in that case, it's like, well, this isn't really up for debate then. If like 6 women or 10 women have this story about you, all the same fucking story, all the same details.
It's so complicated. Like, it's such a complicated.
That feels pretty cut and dry to me.
Yeah, it's a quagmire of I mean, we're trading on waters that we usually don't, but that
was it. And and if like I could have one of my best friends, and if 6 women were like, he got really rough
was inappropriate.
He was really inappropriate. He forced me to do something.
Sure.
Then if
well, then you'd have a conversation with them like, hey, look,
but it's already starting on the side of like, I am now questioning the person that I think I knew.
Yeah.
Because these people have told me these things.
Yeah.
And they've all got the same story, and all of them have said it. If you're a truly decent dude, you don't, that stuff doesn't.
That's just not going to happen.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's always a rule. Like I always maintain that like the Aziz Ansari story was like, this is a story of a woman who, really felt like something was really amiss about the date. However, when I read that story, I was like, I don't know. This seemed like,
it didn't sound like
poor communication. It's, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to tell anybody what offends them and what upsets them, but it does sort of seem like, it seemed like that was a story about, relationship, love, dating styles that did not coalesce together.
Yeah, they didn't mesh.
But then you hear stories about that are whatever, Matt Lauer, where you're like, you were a fucking creep. You were a fucking creep to everybody. You were a creep to everybody. Whoever, Louis C.K., who I really loved prior. It's like, I don't want to hear about you jerking off in front of a bunch of girls. That's just not what I want.
Well, this really jumped into
question it.
This jumped into the quicksand quick. But the point is, we don't know. We weren't there, so we don't know. And in each one of those cases, they have paid a very significant price for what they may or may not have done. And so Cosby getting out, however, seems to me like just, come on, it's a miscarriage of justice.
Miscarriage of justice, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, you and I will finish each other's sentences. I love you, man.
But in a totally consensual way.
Exactly. Not doing anything in front of you. Go Nationals.
What the hell is that? Baseball?
The Washington Nationals. They're playing the Dodgers today.
I don't know.
Don't ask me anything about them. My dad has season tickets, but I don't. If you ask me to name a player, but my friend gave me this actual
Nick
jersey.
National? Just throwing it out there, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
His name's Sam. He's the pitcher. Really good.
I'm just gonna take a stab. There's probably a John.
Yeah. He's on first base, or he's
he's on the field, possibly in the dirt or possibly in the grass. I don't know.
He's in the bullpen.
One of those 2 options. Oh yeah, or bullpen. One of those 3 places he is.
So, what do you think about the Britney situation? That's kind of similar. No, it's not similar in any way, shape, or form. But the Britney situation, that's so she went to court, and then that didn't really work out in her favor.
I just saw that the judge denied kicking her dad off the conservatorship. That one I don't know. We talked about a lot about Britney last week. I don't really know. I didn't have a chance.
Yeah, but the update is that she didn't get out of it.
Right. I don't know why though. I don't know why. I just saw the headline that it was that motion was denied. But I don't know. As we discussed last week, like there are the sort of the big overarching factors. I did see that there was a company that was going to take over as a conservator that bailed out, that said, "Oh, we thought this was a voluntary thing. We didn't think that this was an involuntary thing," and so they have withdrawn themselves as potential co-conservators. Again,
but they were talking about that she has, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that she has birth control and wants to have another baby and is disallowed. That
we did talk about this last week.
Do we talk about those details? Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, it didn't air, so sorry.
Oh, no problem.
So we'll get to that in your next episode.
We'll
move on.
No, I mean, we totally can. Yeah, it feels like a real violation of her rights. As I said last week, that's one of those things that does happen to people who have like, I don't know what the proper term is. They have mental illness or severe mental illness or like developmental disorders, like whatever. So it's seen as a way to protect them from being taken advantage of and having some dude talk them into knocking them up and then having them carry a baby and all of the emotional turmoil that goes with that. And so, I don't know if it's ethical or unethical. I have no idea, but so Brittany's in that. So that's probably why,
that would make me
look at Brittany
nuts.
and say that that's, an extreme case.
I think we talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. And so I don't know. It all depends on her diagnosis. And I don't know. They've not been clear about what it is.
Sure.
So when the judge says, "Oh, well, we're not going to kick your dad off the conservatorship yet, or we're not going to just totally relinquish this," it makes me think that there are still elements of this case that are, I don't know what they call it when it's not being made public, private. But I don't know. I don't know what is sealed. Yeah. Elements of the case that are sealed. And so there may be stuff that we never know.
So it's another non-transitional Tuesday. Or sequitur, or whatever we decide to call it. It's Tuesday, Will.
Even though we're shooting on Thursday. And not only are we shooting on Thursday, but this doesn't air for another like 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, the Nationals are playing the Dodgers.
So it's July 1st. So happy August, everybody.
You dick. Every week.
What? I don't like putting on the airs of like, oh, this is it's a day that it's not. It's a month.
Oh, but they like to at least know that it's within the realm of when everything's happening.
They'll know. You just said Nationals and Dodgers, unless they're playing again in 4 weeks or 3 weeks, which they might be. I actually have no idea.
Who knows? Let's get to the notes.
What to the notes? To the notes.
So I saw on that website or the app, and I was talking to somebody, and they're out in Indiana or somewhere, wherever they were, and through the course of the conversation, there's a bunch of people within the conversation, and she's like, "I'm just sitting here sweating because it's so hot out here, and I don't have anything but an air conditioner."
I am going to say this, and I don't want to start shit in your relationship, but how has your wife not thrown you the fuck out?
Well, because I have money. I have the capability to do this.
Not for long, apparently. Buying air conditioners, losing $5,000 at the casino. This
give away $1,000.
No job. Giving money to people that you're meeting on apps sight unseen.
Well,
we can almost tally.
At the end of the day, we die. And when I have conversations with people that need something, which includes you, if you were to need something, I'm going to provide that thing for you. You know what I mean? And so if I have a situation, and again, it's not solicited, they don't ask. And I said, okay, well, just send me your address. And so I bought a air conditioner, and it's showing up at her house in 2 weeks.
This is why people are now tuning into this podcast. You realize that, right?
Right on.
They're looking for stuff for
you know how much marketing costs?
Yes. And an air conditioner.
Yeah.
You're like, at least listen to 5 episodes of the show.
Again, this does not go for everybody. Don't make me
You
leave.
guys are getting shit from me.
No shit.
I told
I'm
my
not
wife
getting
that.
shit from you.
My wife was like, I would fucking kill you. I would fucking kill you if you were sending $1,000 to people that you met on a fucking app.
Well, but it's not my only $1,000.
No, but it wouldn't be mine either. But enough of those, and then it is.
Well, you have to vet the person that you're trying to help. So if it's somebody that actually really needs help, so let's say you're in the Christian church, it's 10% of whatever it is you make, and so.
So are you tithing? Are you trying to buy your way into heaven?
No, it's not that big a deal. And that person can't believe that this is happening. Yeah. And now I feel like an asshole because I'm even telling this story,
and because people can do the mental calculation that you've within the last like 3 weeks either given away or lost close to $7,500.
Yeah.
Hey, you put a number on it like that, you do the math and you add it up pretty quickly.
Yes. Now I've got a used Hyundai instead of a used jet ski.
You got a nice little used, like I don't know what though, like a little whaler, Boston whaler boat.
But you get in a conversation with somebody that you realize really does need help and doesn't have any, and and you have the wherewithal. Obviously, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be within my wherewithal.
Can you hear my air conditioner?
No.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Do you need one?
No, I've got one running in the garage. That would be my reaction too. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you over the sound of my air conditioner. Can you speak up a little bit?
Do you need? I'll buy you an air conditioner.
Don't send me anything. Don't send me an air conditioner. I will.
You do need a wall unit though.
Huh?
You need a wall unit because it's like 100 degrees in there.
Oh, that's what I've got. I've got an air conditioner right there.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. The last episode you said you're burning up in there.
Oh, I turned it off for sound, and then I realized I turned it on when I walked in here, and it was, very, very warm.
Oh, no, I can't hear anything.
And you can't hear. If you can't hear it, that's amazing. I can leave it going
literally
for the whole hour.
Yeah, for the tens of people that give a flying shit about this.
It's because I didn't send a bunch of money to people I've never met before. I mean, I will give to charity, yes, just not on the individual.
Well, but here's the thing:
you're a better person than I am.
But I give to charity, but knowing that it's going to the person makes me feel better. Like that person is going to get it. Whereas you give it to a charity, you have kind of an idea of where it's going to go. Mm-hmm. But if you have a certain amount of money that you're going to give to charity, and you decide this is the person that's going to get this, it's more rewarding, I think, because then that person actually receives it.
Yeah. Do you make them write up a little donation receipt so you can write it off on your taxes?
No.
Otherwise, you guys like, well, I sent Janice an air conditioner.
Yeah,
and your accountant's like,
yeah,
I can't do anything for that.
Yeah.
Janice.
Sorry, that's a good.
I don't fucking know.
No, but
I assume somebody on your app, a woman, I assume her name is Janice.
Yeah, I've done it for family and all sorts of things. Like
family, that's
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, family. No, all right. Well, you heard it here, folks. People on Clapper, that this group, there's several groups that Pete considers you family. Hit him up.
Yeah,
you just heard him say not his last $1,000. So I challenge you to find his last $1,000.
It'd be funny if I started to go into the app, and then everybody that's in there is just, well, this is what's wrong. If I only had $500. I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah. Shut down app delete
Yeah.
service.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch and subscribe, but I'm not giving you $500.
But there's no more money. Daddy Warbucks is now penniless.
That's hilarious.
Now the Monopoly guy with the turned out pockets, not the happy Monopoly guy with the money monocle top hat making it rain. What was that? I missed that.
You made me laugh. Oh shit.
You're doing it to yourself, man.
No, it's great. It's like I say, it's relatable.
Jesus. Is it?
Yeah. I get comments about this nonsense. I've got more followers on that thing than anything else.
Then what?
Well,
I think Instagram is locked. You wrote a comment on one of my posts. I couldn't even comment back because it was like whatever your name is, which is not even your name, does not allow comments. Like, oh, okay. So you're like, it's like you're purposely trying to stay anonymous.
Oh, but by the way, our it's something to do.com is now up and running. So if you want to comment and talk, Antoine, our producer, is also responding. He's been responding to people. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Do.com. I did not, I had no idea.
Yeah. So he's responding to.
I did look through our comments to see if, excuse me, if the attorney who you now I fully believe made up.
Or no, here, let me try to call him. Hang on. I'm not kidding you.
Your like,
let me try here.
Broken toe and alcohol induced. I don't want to talk to him on the phone.
It's not alcohol induced.
Don't waste everybody's time going through your phone.
Well, just let me see if I can get him on the phone. This is interesting.
That it's well, this is great.
Well, just let it happen.
Is this Pete, the famous Canadian YouTuber?
No, you thought I was Canadian. No.
I mean, that's what shows up on my phone.
No, you're actually on air, so I have to tell you that you're on air. But Will doesn't believe
the radio. I'm on air.
Yeah, you're on air right now.
And you're being recorded.
If you're okay.
You know what I just found? Actually, this is great. Is a pen, a very specific pen. Do you remember this pen?
No, give us all the insight.
If you recall, we were waiting for an Uber at some point in time.
That left me at a wrong place.
Guy, who was very apologetic, and I said, "Well, nut up or shut up." And he said, "I haven't really nothing to offer you." And I said, "Well, I mean, this guy's famous. I don't know if you watch his YouTube channel, but I do, and that's kind of rude."
How much money did he give you to say this?
Said, "Well, you know what? How about a pen?"
Dude, we're calling him cold.
And
so Will didn't believe that you watched the show.
I still don't believe that this isn't like your brother or something.
Hi, I'm on your show.
You're right now.
Yeah, you're on the show.
Listening to you.
No way.
What is this fucking reaction? He can't.
Grandma, tell my brother Telgard if you're listening, or if you see this later, I'll still beat you in any sport. I guarantee it. Hi, thank you guys so much.
No,
what are you fucking talking about?
He didn't. He's shouting out his family because he can't believe he's on the show.
I know. I understand that. I don't understand.
At a blackjack table, and I'm like, "You're kidding me!" And I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be like that guy, but I just started giving him side bets on like the worst bets in the world. I just kept throwing $5 chips on him,
and I lost.
Can I ask a question? Literally had the pit boss come out and say, "Hey, you can't do that." Because apparently there's disputes over who won the money if you give money to people, I guess. Which is fair. I get it.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. How did you find this show?
That's Will.
I think my little brother Sonny showed me it. Yeah, I think my little brother Sonny. You guys did an episode on what the hell was it? Some random crap we were talking about.
We were talking about the
is-
vaccine, and then
that's
your
an-
dad got the
this is-
vaccine.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we talked
That's
about
this
this.
entire show.
That's right.
This random crap.
My little brother sent me it, and I was like, "Holy crap! Okay, these guys are hilarious." And apparently not Canadian. I don't know where I got that from.
Or not.
We're in Los Angeles.
But when you're in Palm Springs, anybody who's nice might as well be Canadian, I suppose.
Well, anyway, Will did not believe that.
I didn't believe that you're real.
And
I'm
so-
still only,
Come on.
as I said,
Scott,
I'm
like-
still only like 10% sure that you're
Hey,
not
even if he
Pete's
wasn't.
brother.
Anyways, he looks like he's up to like something.
It's the goatee.
Oh, I look like I'm up.
Oh, yeah.
His head.
Alex, thank you for coming on. I had to verify your existence and that happened.
Alex, has Peter given you?
I can show you my phone records if you want.
Alex, has Peter given you any money to listen to this podcast?
What's that?
Has Peter given you any money to listen to this podcast?
I mean, I think I've given Peter quite a bit of money, actually.
Quite a bit. He's actually in the hole to you. Okay, I just want to make sure because apparently he's been giving out money to people.
Oh yeah, well you did do that.
Actually,
That's
the
funny.
opposite, Will.
And I tipped the Uber driver $100, which made no sense.
Well,
You remember that?
Wow,
And he
that
dropped me
does make
off
no
at the
sense.
wrong hotel. Anyway,
all I know is when I got back to the Ritz, I put $100 bill. This is so bad, but oh God, are you guys still recording this?
yeah, you're on.
We are.
I'm gonna hang up on you in a second, but
And we don't edit unless Pete
Famous
snots
now at
out of
the
his
Palm
nose.
Springs Ritz for doing this actually multiple times, but this time was the most significant because it wasn't $20, it was $100. I Ubered back and then tipped the valet. So do the logic in your head there.
that guy got $150 out of the two of us, I think.
I'm talking about the valet.
Oh.
So you normally tip the valet for taking your own car and parking it. I tip them for me getting out of an Uber. So that's where I was at in life.
What's your profession?
I'm an attorney.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to call you back after we're done. I just wanted to verify my story.
Well, please feel free.
All right, brother.
More than happy to talk.
All right, man.
All right, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Again, still not totally sure that that's not your brother or somebody else that you know, but
Why would I do that?
I have no idea.
Every
No clue.
every detail that I gave you was totally accurate.
All right. Well, where were we before the phone call?
No idea.
All right. What's next?
Well, you had brought up that Alex didn't exist, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
hang on, let me plug back in here. We're here full time. It's going to take 20 minutes.
Nope. See, now what you're seeing over Pete's left shoulder is called a C stand.
Oh, yeah.
You're not in the business. If you are in the business, that's the C stand. But then again, if you're not, who gives a flying fuck? It's just a C stand.
It's a stand that
You could
holds.
just call it a stand.
Yeah.
Same difference. But some people in Pete's profession will go, it's a C stand.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I went through the process to find him and then have him describe it to you. We're a smash hit. I don't know why I have to keep telling you that.
Maybe it's because you keep saying it over and over again.
Well, that's how it becomes a smash hit, Will.
Makes me think that you're trying to convince me of something that I
Yeah,
know.
well, I'm
is
trying
not,
to.
and I know it's not true.
It's one of those things that you're trying to convince yourself.
It's like every
that
time you and I
putting
go
all
out
this.
for a walk, it's like the sky is green. Like, Peter, the sky is not green. The sky is blue. And you're like, no, it's green. Trust me.
You know what we need to do
This
is
guy I called on the phone can vouch for me.
I would show you
Don't
his
show
thing,
me his
but
phone number.
that's not kosher. But I was thinking that we need to. I don't know if you watch TikTok or any of that stuff, but people are getting 5,000 views just for doing a dance.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And it's like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, neither am I. I can't. I mean, what am I come over and we're gonna kick our legs around?
I thought that's where you were going with this.
Well, I mean, if you're up for it.
I'm not. Places that were actually paying me couldn't get me to do it. To me, TikTok is like, I am a man in my 40s. I'm not going on TikTok. Although I guess now it's like, kind of different. But the thing that I said like a year ago was I'm not going on TikTok unless my daughter was old enough to ask me to be in a TikTok with her. Otherwise, it's just like, I might as well be a creepy guy hanging outside of a school. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. But now I guess there's all kinds of shit. People are doing like professional chefs are doing like cooking tutorials, like fast, now it's really opened up. I just don't. I mean, I just don't have
I don't want to do any
capacity for another social media thing.
Yeah.
I'm all full. I don't want to spend any more time looking at my phone than I already do.
Yeah. And this is very fulfilling because of how wonderful it is. Was
that a joke?
Well, It depends.
Hey, you paused there like I was like you were waiting for a laugh or a yes and I know it was for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
What's more fulfilling, doing this or giving money to people you've never met before?
Giving money to people that you've never met before.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna take a bite of this pepper.
But I'm also giving money to people that are making this. So this week, again on Sequitur Tuesday, I had
actually Thursday, July 1st, which we've already established.
Jesus Christ!
We're coming to you from the past. Woo!
I had a neighbor come over, or he called me and he said I trapped something. And it's still alive. And I said, well, what do you want to do? I said, I can come over there and dispatch it, or I can let it out. Or what do you want to do? He's like, I don't know, I'm scared to death.
What was it?
Well, so a possum had fallen through his ceiling.
Oh.
And landed in his garage. I mean, in his closet. And I said, well, I mean, there's clearly two ways to take care of this. And he's like, I want the second way. He's like, but I'm scared to death.
What was the second way? I lost track.
Well, the first way is to kill it. The second way is to try to figure out. Yeah, but it's in a closet in your house. Well, they don't just follow directions.
But if you're going to open the door to kill it, you'd have to open the door anyway.
Yeah, but it's deep in the house. It's not, it's not, and nowhere near the door. So I came in, and he decided, to let it live. And so I walk in, and he had put all these pillows and couches and things to get to the door
to corral
it. And I said, okay, well then what am I doing here? He's like, it scares me to death. I was like, give me a broom. So I open up the door, and it is like a 40-pound possum. Like, this thing's huge. It's like a raccoon. I said, give me a broom. And so I just start smacking this thing, and it's hissing at me and all pissed off. And I was like, just go. And so when he does run out, he follows actually the path all the way through and out the front door. And then my neighbor jumps over the barrier that he had built. And I'm the one that got the stupid thing out the front door. And he's like, yeah, you stay out of here. You didn't do shit.
He doesn't know English. He
Not only that,
he doesn't know what the fuck you're saying.
You didn't
Don't
do
worry about
any
it.
of it. I'm the one smacking that thing in the ass. So I had another neighbor call.
Did you send
and
it on his way with $1,000?
Exactly. He has an air conditioner.
You're like, here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't come
It's like,
back.
it's like,
here.
listen, it's the Price is Right over here. So I have another neighbor that called and he said, I caught something, but I caught it by its foot. And I said, well, same thing. Like there's a couple ways to do this. And he's like, yeah, go with the other way. So I had to go with the other way.
What was that thing?
Mouse.
Oh,
So that was exciting. I had to put on goggles and a mask because sometimes they spray
what? A
when
mouse?
when you dispatch it.
A mouse?
Uh-huh.
Um,
Because I'm not gonna give too many details because I'm not exactly sure the legality of everything in this conversation.
I don't know.
He was gonna beat it with a hammer. I was like, do not do
Don't
that.
do that.
Don't.
I told you about the maybe on one of our earlier episodes I talked about the house that I lived in with many rats.
Yeah.
We caught one, which was oddly, we were watching Dexter, caught one and with a trap and we did the same thing. We had to dispose of it
Yes.
by putting it into a plastic bag and then smashing it on the ground. And then it was already in the bag. And then it went right into the trap.
I buy live lobsters.
Self-contained murder, which I did not feel that bad about it. Maybe I
Oh
should
no,
have,
I get that. Well, I buy these lobsters.
but it had been eating my bread and it didn't pay me for it. So
I buy these lobsters and they're 6 pounds, and my dog is 10 pounds, and so they're huge, and so the way that you cook them, Rocco Despirano, he and we had done a shoot together, and we discussed how the best way to cook a lobster was. And so I went through all these different processes of trying to figure out what that was. And turns out it's just you stab it in the head. You just slam that thing in the head. However, because they're so large, you're like looking at your dog, looking at the lobster, looking at your dog. You're like, they're the same size. But this one's delicious. I don't know what that tastes like. I love you. This is going away.
well, I would assume hot dog, right?
Yeah. No, Bitsy.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming Bitsy tastes like a hot dog. No,
Oh, you know how hard it is to get the meat off of those bones?
I don't know.
Oh, there's
I
so
assumed
many.
every time I was eating a hot dog,
There's so many jokes there. Yeah, it's all beaks and assholes. That's what's in hot dogs.
I was assuming it was dog. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, you almost got me.
That's why I said that.
You know I have to pay for that.
Wait, like the extra editing when you spit something out.
Oh, son of a bitch. That's so funny. Oh. Are you Emmy voting?
No, I'm not in the academy.
You never did?
Mm-mm.
Bridget Emmy votes. I guess I could, being a winner.
Are you in the academy?
No. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't care.
Do you pay them every year?
No,
Then you're probably not in.
but I've won them.
That doesn't count.
Oh.
I mean, maybe it does count, but if you don't get a ballot or an email every year, then you're not in the thing. You get 1 million emails about like FYC. Do you get like 1,000 screeners that show up to your door every year? I'm sure Bridget does.
No, well, she would have. I don't know. I'll let that be.
Yeah.
Uh,
So then where are we going to go with that?
well, hopefully you were going to say something and you didn't.
Yeah, because I'm not in it. What was your follow-up question going to be?
Well,
Let's pretend I did. I did Miami voting.
Who'd you vote
Did
for?
I vote for this show? No, not eligible. Was that going to be your joke?
Yeah. No, there's just it's yes and.
I did.
I was talking to somebody and they were talking about my look. And I said, well, I can take my glasses off and shave my mustache. I said, but that might ruin my brand. Because I have a brand.
Sound like a particular brand of asshole.
Exactly. We're going to lose our followers.
Sorry, Alex. And your family.
Yeah, exactly. This will be the lowest viewed episode ever.
Who are you talking to about your look?
No, it's on that site, that app.
Oh, okay. So
And they're like, well, what if you change up your
They
thing?
were
I was
like-
like, what do you, I don't
they're
care.
like- what answer will get me a new microwave?
Oh, this is funny. So today, yeah, it'll give me the microwave. So Bridget's, I'm not going to be too specific, but she was on a Zoom call, and I came out of the shower, and it's a very serious call.
Mhm.
I'm just messing around the corner. She starts to laugh during it, and she's interviewing people for a job that she's hiring. She starts to laugh, and she blames it on the dog. She's like, "Oh no, my dog's here. It's funny." She's just laughing at me on just off camera.
What are you doing? Like propelling your dick?
No, but just being obnoxious.
Sure. Oh, okay. She want to be like, I'm laughing at my naked husband.
Can you imagine? She like turns the camera over. She's like, "This is what's going on in the background."
As you're tucking, you're like, "Oh, look at me, I'm Buffalo Bill."
Oh,
And she's like, "And that's why I need this job."
oh, that's
By the way,
going
can you
on my
believe that
routine.
guy's giving away $7,500 in the last like 4 weeks?
Everybody's winning. Oh Christ, that's so funny. Yeah, so that was today, Tuesday.
The what? What's the date?
Let's see, for the 5th. Is it? We just celebrated July 4th, and we had a wonderful time together. We set off fireworks. No, we didn't. Those are illegal. We wouldn't do that. Actually, there was
freaking burned down our county.
Did you see that huge explosion?
In New York, right?
No, I don't know where it was. I just
think it was New
like,
York.
I think it was here.
Oh, was it LA?
I think so.
Maybe.
There was a guy that I was talking to on that thing, and he was talking about how he took a Greyhound bus. He's a producer. He actually produces reality shows here, and he had I couldn't get to the bottom of this story, and I kept trying, but he had said his flight got canceled, and so he took a Greyhound from here to Florida. And I was like, well, why would you do that?
Holy shit.
Why wouldn't you just book another flight? He's like, all the flights were taken. I said, so you got on a Greyhound? He's like, yeah. And it was a mess. He said twice the thing broke down in different parts of the country. He said there was a gang fight on the back of it. At one point, the SWAT team showed up to get on the bus in order to get people, because the driver, they call 911 as quickly as they can when shit goes down. And I was like, why were you on that bus? Like, how is that better?
It's not going to get you there faster than waiting for the plane the next day.
It's like 8 days.
It's many days long. I have driven from Los Angeles. Well, I drove from Baton Rouge, Louisiana to here, and it was I think it might take taken me 3 days. Granted, I wasn't like driving through the night, but
Well, that's going straight through it.
what?
If it took you 3 days, you're just booking it.
No. I stayed the night in hotels because I was by myself with my car full of my belongings.
It only took you 3 days?
I think so. Yeah. I think for Baton Rouge into Texas, I crossed over Louisiana state line into Texas within the first, 8 or 10 hours, 6 hours, maybe. I can't remember exactly. Drove into Texas, was another full day in Texas. Or maybe it was 4 days. I think I maybe made it to.
This is riveting.
You called your friend.
Yeah, that's interesting. I proved that there's somebody that actually watches this show that likes us.
And I think maybe it was California to Tucson.
What were you doing in Baton Rouge?
This was when I moved out here. I drove from New Jersey down to Baton Rouge to visit some friends.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
With my car full of.
So you took the 10 because you can take the 10 all the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I've done that. Yeah.
It took. Maybe you're right. Maybe it did take 4 days or something like that. But
you're on that.
So either way, it takes enough days.
Bridge that's like 100 miles.
Yeah,
going over the bayou.
If you were to like just wait a day or two for your flight, you would still make it there faster. I took one bus from Worcester, Massachusetts to Penn Station my freshman year, going home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
That was the only time I'll ever get on one of those fucking buses. I would rather go nowhere than go on one of those buses.
And then you end up next to the shitter every time.
We was like the Wednesday going home before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Packed bus. I'm getting so motion sick from the stop go. It's fucking just tons of traffic.
Yeah.
We stop at a fucking Wendy's, I think it was, and a guy behind me starts punching the seat in front of him, going, "Why are we stopping at Wendy's?" And starts fucking losing his shit. I'm like,
that's who takes the bus.
I was like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? I would rather have just missed the holiday.
How did I find myself here?
This was a gigantic mistake.
I'm getting turned down for the real world in Orlando. This is bullshit.
And so, I know a bus. There's no scenario in which I'm going on the goddamn bus across the country. I understand, for some people, like that's, like not everybody's got the means to fly. I fortunately do. And so if it's a matter of like, hey, do you want to go on this road trip by bus? No. Fuck no.
Unless
stay put.
It's a private bus and it's just 4 of us. And we've got TVs and
that's different.
Different places to sleep.
A buddy of ours that we know from our days in the entertainment news world is with his daughter going through I believe it's the Pacific Northwest, although now everything's on fucking fire, but they have a very nice, like a tour bus.
Well, that's what
rented, and they're going and doing the, hiking. And I was like, oh my God, that looks amazing. That looks amazing.
I rented one of those and 4 of us went out. So I rented it. And what's funny about them is they just give you the keys. And the thing is 40 feet long, 15 feet tall, has 4 slide outs, 2 bedrooms, sleeps 10. Yeah. And it has 2 bathrooms in this thing. Mm-hmm. And he gave me the keys.
You would think you need another class of driver's license to drive that. But
that's what I thought.
You can just rent it.
So he said, and it's a fortune. I mean, if we're talking about buying used jet skis. So they said, do you want to watch a video about how to drive it? And I said, yeah. Are you kidding me?
It's like just all these buttons up there. Like, I don't know what any of these things. One is labeled hydraulic. You're like,
yeah.
What is that for?
You don't put it in drive. You're hitting buttons and stuff. I was like, tell me. I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And so I watched this video and he's like, okay, here you go. And I'm driving this 40 foot long, thing, just trying to get out of the parking lot.
They must make their money on the security deposit. They're like, we know that people are going to fuck up this bus and that we're going to keep their security deposit. It's going to be like $1,000 to fix, but the security deposit's 10. So we're going to net 9.
Yeah. We should have shot a music video out in front of the house because they parked in front of the house and all the neighbors came out like, was P. Diddy here?
Is Daft Punk at your house?
It was insane. And so we take it out to the ghost town out there on your way to Las Vegas, and we camp there. And in the middle of the night, the thing just shuts off, like it just breaks.
Oh,
so then I spend the rest of the night talking to the guys on the phone, like what it broke. Because it had like a grill outside and a TV outside and all that stuff. And at one point it just
there's a generator. I'm sure
generators
like
all plugged in. You got the shitter going into the wherever you rented your spot and all that. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it just dies. And so we're just sitting out there with this, 12-ton elephant. I'm on the phone with this guy. He's like, I don't know what to do, man. I was like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? You rented it to me. Tell me what to do. There's got to be a solution.
Well, I'll tell you what then. It's here. You can come get it whenever you want.
Yeah, we're going to Uber home.
We're not.
Yeah, in a limo, and you're giving me my money back. So we ended up figuring it out. But on our way back,
bought it to go camping, and then you were really camping.
Yeah, then we actually
when it broke. You're no longer glamping. You're just camping.
Exactly. All the sliders are out. You can't bring them back in because the power's out. So on the way back, I get the thing going and we're driving back. And it's so large that I'm looking down at big rigs, like into their cockpits. Mm-hmm. And the girls said, well, let's stop and get something to eat. I was like, are you serious? This is a school bus. I can't just pull off the freeway and pull into a Wendy's parking lot. This thing is massive. But I did.
That's exactly what you do.
Well, because the problem is
You're not going through the drive-through though.
The back wheels are here. And so if you turn like this, you can wipe out an entire lane of traffic.
Yeah.
So you've got to literally just stay in a straight line. Otherwise you're causing so much damage.
You got to drive it like a boat.
And my friend that was with me was just sitting there watching sports on the TV that's above the driver's seat. I was like, dude, you want to help? How about you take a shift?
Turn that shit off.
Oh,
I swear to God.
Yeah. So anyway, that was another wonderful vacation that we had. Like Palm Springs.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I think I did one RV trip in college, and it was from like Worcester to the Cape. It was like
it was like a nice, like a little.
It was not like that. It was a little one. Yeah. Like sleep 6, and we maybe put 10 kids in it or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. This thing was
you're basically
insane.
on top of each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds a lot. That sounds like a lot. That would be a thing that was like, I had this great idea. We're going to do this. And then 45 minutes into it, I'm like, why am I doing this? I hate this.
I've got no training.
I just oh God. Yeah. No, that's not the kind of stress that if I want to get stressed on a vacation, it's like, whatever, we're going to do something like hike. We're going to do something like physically challenging or demanding. Yeah. I don't want it to be like, oh my God, I might destroy $100,000 bus. And also
no, it's more than that. Those things are like 400 grand. And if I take a wrong turn, I'm going to wipe out I'm going to wipe out the entire lane.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. I
didn't know that.
Stress. Yeah.
So as I turned, the guy, and he kind of flippantly said as I was leaving the parking lot, I was like, careful on your turns because you can wipe out a lane. I was like, wait, what? What was that last part there?
That wasn't covered in the video.
Yeah. It just told me to be careful. That's the worst video I've ever. How much did you pay for that?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, although part of me is like, well, You didn't expect that going in. You've never been at an intersection where you've seen an 18-wheeler try to make a right-hand turn and been like, oh, fuck, now we're all going in reverse because this thing can't make it around without taking out a lamppost.
I didn't think they were just going to give it to me. And he was like, there you go. I was like, but I have, you know what I showed up in, right? That's what I'm used to driving.
I'm sorry. I thought this came with a guy to do all of this stuff for us.
Do you have
I didn't think I was going to be the one. I thought it came with a steward who did these things.
I could use some. I was going to just jazz in the back watching TV. No.
Can somebody, there's not a guy that can come out and tell me when I've cleared an obstacle.
I'm scared to death. Going 70 down to 5. Oh
shit.
Anyway,
shit.
Oh, that wasn't in my notes. But yeah.
What's in your notes?
Well,
what's in your notes, Peter? Excuse me.
Let's see. Got the Greyhound, SWAT, Zoom. See, this is fascinating for everybody. How about you bring up something? Just fucking help. Care.
So, my daughter, we were doing something. Oh, she was going to the bathroom and I was like, did you finish? She's like, yes. I was like, did you wipe? She's like, not yet, but I will. And she starts to pull, my daughter's turning 3 next month, starts to pull toilet paper. And for whatever reason, she can't like rip a full square off. So she's ripping these little pieces off and she goes, fuck it, 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 fuck it. I start saying it over and over and over again. I'm laughing. My wife looks at me like,
you're like, don't say that. But Dad, you're so happy.
But you're so happy. And so she's like, she's at that age now where it's like, if I'm laughing, she's going to keep doing it over and over again.
Of course.
So I tell my mom this story, and my mom is Irish Catholic. She always gets like really weird about me swearing and especially weird about my daughter swearing. And she goes, your education was very expensive with Catholic schools, Jesuit, Benedictine monks. Those are 2 different types of monks, if you don't know.
Sure.
Jesuit and Benedictine monks. I know you know better words than that. I was like, I do. But those just happen to be some of my favorite ones. So they come out the most.
Well, because they get right to the point.
Hold on a minute. And then my mom goes, I was like, it's not that I don't know other words. I know other words, Mom. She's like, well, you definitely didn't learn that from the Benedictine and Jesuit monks. They didn't say that. I was like, not in public, they didn't. But after one of them got caught touching some kids and they decided, oh, maybe we should send Father so-and-so to another diocese. Fuck it. That's where they were saying it.
You said that to your mom?
Yes, of course I did. And that shut her down.
Oh, you made me leak.
So that was my, it's not like they're not saying it, Mom. Oh, they're saying it. Oh, they're saying it. Your mom gets off the phone. She's doing Hail Marys. They've lost the moral authority. Oh, well, we had to have one of those conversations.
What's that?
Well, we got a letter home of Father so-and-so was caught touching kids. And now we're aware of it when we weren't, 15 years ago or 20 years ago. So, is there anything you want to tell us? It's like,
are you serious?
No, yeah, of course. Oh, I went to 8 years of Catholic school. Oh,
my kids are in Catholic school, and my uncle that married us is a priest.
Well, you should be asking him some questions.
He's in my book.
He's on the up and up.
No problem.
Yeah, of course. You got like to an all boys school, like 300 boys. One, if not, obviously, like just the numbers would work out. But a few of them, I'm sure, had stories. But
well, were you fat? Is that why they didn't?
No.
Come at you?
No, I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's because I never took
extremely insensitive. I didn't mean that.
I don't know why. Who knows why?
They would have come at Will for sure. It doesn't matter.
But they didn't. So yeah, no, of course. So it's like these are things like people that I knew. You're like, oh fuck, that guy. Oh shit. And so you go like, oh, well, whatever. Your moral high ground of like not swearing, fucking gone.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because I grew up very religious and spending a lot of time at church. And then as I got older, I spent a lot of time with the pastors, and we play cards and things like that as an adult. And they all talk like you and I.
Oh yeah.
Every area, it's all out the window. I mean, with the parishioners, it's everybody we love everybody and Jesus and all that stuff. And then you get them over a poker table and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. They're like, fuck your balls. And you're like, wait a minute. And they're like, well, not literally. You're like, wait a minute. Are you joking or not?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, well, we had
things get loose pretty quick.
We had that was, we grew up and my grandparents had priests that were like family friends. And so, yeah, none of that seemed strange to me, like hanging out or even seeing a priest drinking or swearing. None of that seemed weird to me.
Let's see.
When I was in high school, we had a priest who was like, and this should have been a bigger red flag now that I'm thinking about it, as I said, all boys Catholic high school.
Yeah.
But we played we played all kinds in our athletic divisions. It was, a mix of whatever school. And so one time there were cheerleaders and one of the priests was looking at the cheerleaders and somebody was like, are you looking at those cheerleaders? And he was like, I'm just looking at the menu. I'm not ordering anything. And at the time,
I'm dipping my toe in. I'm not swimming.
At the time, it was like, Father Richard, you old cad. And then in hindsight now, 25 years later, I'm like, holy shit, that was, somebody should have pulled that guy aside.
It's going in my spank bank.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to spank it.
You're not supposed
There's not supposed to be a bank.
You're certainly not supposed to be saying it out loud.
Yeah. You're around.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So yes, no, nothing turned me off to organized religion faster than 8 years of Catholic.
I'll tell you this story quickly well, shit. So
this will be the closer. This will be the closer.
So I dated a bishop's daughter. And
wait, not a Catholic bishop.
No.
Like, what's the bishop? Like a Protestant? What bishop can have a kid?
I won't even say, because somebody that cares could figure it out. So I'd go to her place, and then we'd go on, like, go out to dinner and things like that. And he had Sam Adams, and just was pounding Sam Adams while he's driving, just pounding him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Because you can't call him out. He's a bishop. Like he's a big deal.
Mm-mm.
But yeah. Those are
in school. You're like, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. He was like, yeah, but not if it's beer. That doesn't count. Right?
And he's just, oh my God.
Listen, it's Sam Adams. I'm a patriot.
It's, that's why my dad wants me to write a book. I've got these stories. And if I was able to actually tell that story, other than that detail of it, it's insane.
Yeah, fuck it, man. Light him up.
No.
Light him up.
No, I'm sure he's a good guy if he's still alive. And
yeah, you don't know. He was until he ran over a family while drunk. Now he's not such a great guy, is he?
Yeah. By the way, that's not funny. Will saying that was funny within the moment. That is certainly not a funny.
No. There's nothing funny about drunk driving.
Funny about
certainly
that. Yeah.
Nothing funny about. But it's I don't know.
Within
it's ironic.
Yes, within its cartoonish aspect, it's very funny.
The bishop can do no wrong except for driving drunk, which is a fucking horrible thing.
He didn't care. The whole family was in the car, and he's just pounding beers.
I mean, so what year would this be?
Oh, geez.
God,
This is
'cause
like 1990.
Oh, all right. It's not like this. I was gonna say because back in the 70s things were different, but if it's in the 90s,
Yeah, but that's
no, that's
35 years ago. I mean,
but we knew
or 30 years ago.
When 96 we had Mothers Against Drunk Driving. When I was in school, we had all that shit. That's not like it's
Well,
it's like a different time and place.
Yeah, they pull the car out front that
same,
smashed the
yes,
you know, that
exactly.
wrecked car,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to go out there and look at it. You're like, look,
And we would all like the boys in my school, the guys in my school would just smash it even worse, flip it over. And it was like, oh, now
like
it's
that,
really bad.
That's not the message we were going for.
No, a bunch of like teenage boys. You roll it out in the behind the school. It's like, oh fuck it, I'm taking a bat to this thing.
Hey, open up that trunk. Is there weed in there?
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna shove somebody in the trunk, close it, and then roll it over.
Yeah. Hey, Dale, come over here.
Yeah.
Dale,
you're going in.
Come on, man. We're jackassing this thing.
Bust out the window, put somebody in the driver's seat, and push it around campus. Yeah.
Well, if this is what we're going for, we nailed it.
We sure did. We covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, today was a good one. I think. I mean,
I
don't know. It was again non sequitur Tuesday or Thursday because Will won't get on board.
I'll never get on board.
We talked about possums.
That's kind of my thing.
We talked about possums and wrecked cars and priests.
Yeah.
Sexual abuse.
We did. We really closed the circle. We started with Cosby. We ended with fucking priests.
Yeah. I think
and I mean that metaphorically and literally.
It's going to be hard to write for next week because we hit so many things.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
My mom is coming out next week, so she's going to be a guest on the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine. That's great.
My mom doesn't want anything to do with this. My mom is coming out. Although you will hear her swear. I said that story about my mom like not swearing, but my mom and I are exactly the same in that way where when I don't know what would be an example. Say you get cut off, right? You're driving and you're like, your super ego's like, I don't swear. You get cut off and it is like, fuck you, motherfucker. And she's the exact same way.
My mom, she had a similar thing when I was growing up. She'd be like, you shit. I was like, did you just call me a shit?
Yeah.
She's like, no. I said, I just heard you call me a shit.
It's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't know. I said, shoot. I said, I'm a shoot? That doesn't make any sense. I was like, you just said you shit to me.
Yeah. Exactly. So yes, my mom. I don't think she's quite as coarse as I am, but yeah.
Well, of course not. We're guys.
She's not far off.
We've been kicked around and so we're a bit more surly than certainly our mothers are.
I just like it. Oh God, it makes me feel good.
Well, you have to let it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, I don't know. To me, like
it's something to do.
Nothing makes a better point, like a period on a point than motherfucker.
Yeah. Or what was the one? Remedial.
You remedial motherfucker.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's good, right? It's good.
Yeah.
Has that episode aired yet? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, is that last week's? Who can tell? Because it's Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is.
There it is.
So all right, I got a jet.
See ya. And this was again fantastic. I love seeing you and having a male voice in my ear.
Likewise.
Because we've got a bunch of girls.
Yes, likewise. Good luck in the Nationals Dodgers game. Unless this airs in the future, and then congratulations. Or
if you ask me for one name of one player,
there's probably a Don.
Yeah, exactly.
Don.
Oh, we talked about that too.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
All right, bud.
See ya.
I will talk to you later.
Bye, man.
Bye.